Yeah, the timber sled industry or snow biking is something that I've really gotten excited about. Really this year, and it's kind of funny to look back and I have been riding these on and off for the last 5 years. A lot of the early prototype models, and I was looking at it differently, or maybe the wrong way. I kept comparing it to my snowmobile, and every time I would ride one, either the setup wasn't right or the snow wasn't right or something, and I just said, well, I don't feel comfortable on it. I'm going to get on my sled and I can go way more places on my snowmobile than I can on this. And it wasn't until a certain ride last year, in fact, where I was riding a bike that was properly set up, a kit that was set up good, in good snow conditions, where I actually finally got to see the potential and possibilities of a snow bike. And that day hit me, and I was like, I remember, I'll never forget this. I did a line where I was like, I don't think I could have done that on my snowmobile. And that right there told me, it just, like, the light bulb turned on, and from that day on, and specifically this year, the things that you can do with these, when you just have to ride them different. You have to look at things different. I kept looking at the terrain like I would on a snowmobile. And when I started looking at them, at what they can potentially do, it really opened up my eyes. And I have been having so much dang fun on them, and they are the ultimate machine for exploring. And I think what blows me away about them is that, like I've talked about, I've spent 16 years pushing my riding limits to the extreme to get into the places that I feel uncomfortable on a snowmobile. And in 20 days of riding total in my life, 20 days on a snow bike, I can have a snow bike in that terrain, no problem, problem. And so that's what excites me, is the potential and the capability of this machine. And the type of terrain that I like is a lot different than a lot of people like. I like the steepest, gnarliest, thickest stuff that you would never even think to go in. I love that. I love the challenge. I love that Mother Nature is always trying to beat me. I want to get to the top of everything. And that's what blows me away about these bikes, is that that's what they're built for, and that's what they do really well.
Yeah.
I think we're going to be looking back in 10 years and kind of laughing about how the first kits were, and it's the same in the sled world. You look back at 10 years and you look at a snowmobile 10 years ago and you're like, man, I cannot believe I even rode that. and 10 years ago we were saying, man, how does it get any better than this? And so that is what's so exciting about this industry, is that it is always evolving and always getting better and improving. And I really think we are just in the infancy stages of the snow bikes. I'm excited to get a whole nother clientele. For dirt bikers, those hardcore dirt bikers who maybe can't afford a snowmobile or have no interest in a snowmobile because they're big, cumbersome vehicles. You can get on a snow bike and just go out and have a lot of fun all year round, both in the summer and the winter. And so, I think that's important as an industry, that we keep moving forward in that direction of having the two. Because in my opinion, there are days that a snowmobile is king. I mean, I'll park this and leave this at home and ride a sled, and vice versa. There are days when a snowmobile isn't the best choice, and a snow bike would be a lot of fun. And so I think there needs to be separation there, because it will bring more people into the sport. I mean, I think if you make the snow bike more like a snowmobile, you're going to lose some of the dirt bike guys, and vice versa. If you make a snowmobile more like a snow bike, you're going to lose some of that hardcore snowmobile crowd that said, well, I want a snowmobile. And so I think it's important to have both.